is Trivia for Kids, where it's not just for adults anymore. Hello, everybody.
Hi, welcome to episode 36 of Trivia for Kids.
It's Quinn.
And Casey.
And
It's Labor Day.
Yeah.
Happy Labor Day, everybody.
Yeah, happy Labor Day.
I hope everybody had a relaxing day, enjoying this Monday off from school and from work, and you got to do a whole bunch of fun stuff.
Yeah, I hope you all had a great weekend.
We had a great weekend.
Mhm.
What did we do, Quinn?
We went to South Dakota with our grandparents and went to Lake Missouri. Is it?
The Missouri River?
Yeah, the Lake Missouri. The Missouri River, and I learned how to kneeboard.
You did learn how to kneeboard.
Water skiing is hard.
You did not learn how to water ski.
Yeah,
You tried.
We tried. I tried.
It was really hard.
Yeah.
You did a good job, but man, it is hard to water ski.
Mhm.
But you got up on that on that kneeboard, no problem.
Mhm. First try. Yeah.
And where did we go this morning on this Labor Day? We
To
went
a parade.
To a parade.
And they were handing out a lot of good stuff.
We got a lot of candy.
Brooks
filled up our candy bowl.
Brooks got this thing that you put on top of your bed. It looks kind of like a
It's like a dome tent.
Yes.
Somebody handed him a dome tent for his bed at a
Yeah.
parade. Now that is a parade.
Yes.
So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and now
it
we're back
was.
home safe.
Uh-huh.
And we're just trying to get ready for the upcoming week. Back to school. Oh, and tomorrow is picture day. How are you going to wear your hair?
Well, you want it down, so
Well,
always listen to your parents, guys.
I just love it. Looks so nice down. So, but if you want to wear it up, I will let you decide. So, we had somebody write in with a really good joke of the week. Would you like to hear it, Quinn?
Yes, I would.
We got the joke from a listener, Donato. What a cool name.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's the joke. What is a cat's favorite color?
Magenta.
Purple.
Ha ha.
Of course, purple.
Purr.
Hey, before I forget, if you guys like our podcast and you like what you hear, please give us a nice little click on the 5-star review button. We would really, really appreciate you. All right, should we get started, Quinn?
Let's do this.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop. Here's how the show works. Trivia for Kids consists of 5 rounds with 7 questions each. We will announce the answers at the end of each round. Each new round will have a different category. After the 5th round, we will have the final exam, which will test you on the toughest questions we have covered in the previous rounds. Everyone ready? Let's get started.
Round 1. The category is Spanish. A big thanks to listener Caitlin for this category idea. Please excuse me for any failures in the pronunciation of these words. I am nowhere near fluent in Spanish, so bear with me. Question 1. The months in Spanish are translated as los meses. Which month is marzo? Question 2. Now let's see the days of the week. Días de la semana. What is the Spanish word for Monday? Question 3. You may know that uno, dos, tres means 1, 2, 3 in Spanish. But how do you say 4, 5, 6? Question 4. The Spanish flag has a red and yellow background. How would you say red and yellow in Spanish? Question 5. How do you say happy birthday in Spanish? Question 6. Gato is the Spanish word for cat. but what is the Spanish word for dog? Question 7. There are 4 seasons: winter, summer, spring, and fall. El invierno is which season? And now the answers to round 1. So, I told them this round idea was from listener Caitlin, but who really is Caitlin, Quinn?
My Spanish teacher.
You're a Spanish teacher! So thank you for your idea, Quinn Spanish teacher.
Thanks.
Question 1. The months in Spanish are translated as los meses. Which month is marzo?
March. Marzo is March, while Mayo is May. January is enero, and December is diciembre. As for February, April, June, and July, they are translated as febrero, abril, I think, junio, and julio. August, September, October, and November are agosto, septiembre, octubre, and noviembre.
Girlfriend, you killed those.
Yeah!
That was awesome. I had to do Google Translate before I did this category because I didn't know how to pronounce them.
Well,
Although
good thing you brought me along.
your R's were lacking.
Yes, well, I didn't know. I thought it'd sound stupid if I did the R, so
Octobre.
octubre,
Oh, thank you. See?
noviembre.
Yes. Question 2. The days of the week are días de la semana. What is the Spanish word for Monday?
Lunes. Monday is lunes, while martes is Tuesday. Miércoles and jueves are Wednesday and Thursday, and Friday is viernes. Saturday and Sunday are sábado and domingo. You should be noted that the days of the week in Spanish are not capitalized.
Interesting. So they're not proper nouns in Espanol.
No, and in the week, it doesn't start Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
When does it start?
It starts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Oh.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Interesting.
That's another fact from my Spanish teacher. Thank you.
Question 3. You may know that uno, dos, tres means 1, 2, 3 in Spanish, but how do you say 4, 5, 6?
Cuatro, cinco, and seis.
Cuatro, cinco, seis.
So, we learned and had to write down all the numbers in Spanish from 0 to 100.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
That would have taken you a long time. Did you have to write it on the computer, though?
No.
Or with a pencil?
With a pencil.
Oh, yes. Way to go, teacher. Question 4. The Spanish flag has a red and yellow background. How would you say red and yellow in Spanish?
Rojo y amarillo.
What's your favorite Spanish color?
Morado.
Morado, which is what?
Purple.
Purple?
Purple.
I like,
Anaranjado?
no, verde.
Yes.
Verde.
What's your favorite color? My favorite color in Spanish
Is
the way-
anaranjado. The word I like the best. is that.
anaranjado.
Yes.
I like saying that.
I do like amarillo too. Question 5. How do you say happy birthday in Spanish?
Feliz cumpleaños. Feliz cumpleaños, mi amigo means happy birthday, my friend. Feliz año nuevo means happy new year, while Feliz Navidad is Merry Christmas. As for Feliz Pascua, it means happy Easter.
Feliz Navidad. Da, 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 da. Feliz Navidad. Da, 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 da. Feliz Navidad.
Prospero año y felicidad.
We love Christmas music in our family.
Yeah, it makes my heart happy to think of Christmas.
Question 6. Gato is the Spanish word for cat, but what is the Spanish word for dog?
Pero.
Perro. Do you have a perro? No.
No.
No perro. Do you have a gato?
No.
No.
Mm.
No gato.
Used to.
Who's used to?
Pájaro is bird. Caballo is horse.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think of cow. It's not coming to me.
Muliani.
No.
Oh.
Muliani.
Question 7. There are 4 seasons: winter, summer, spring, and fall. El invierno is which season?
Winter. El invierno is winter and is in December till March. Spring, el primavera, is from March to May, while summer, el verano, is June to August. Fall, otoño, is from August.
Wow. Your Spanish is very good. I'm impressed with you.
Thank you.
I'm a little shocked by how good it is.
You should give that to Mrs. Caitlin.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Caitlin. You're doing a bang-up job there, Teach. Good job. Round 2. The category is red pandas. A big thanks to listener Eleanor for this category and the questions. Thanks, Eleanor. Question 1. True or false? Red pandas live in groups. Question 2. What do red pandas mostly eat? Question 3. True or false? Red pandas and giant pandas are actually in different families. Question 4. Where do red pandas spend most of their time? Question 5. How big are red pandas? Question 6. Do red pandas make good pets? Question 7. Where is the natural habitat of red pandas?
And now the answers to round 2. Question 1. True or false? Red pandas live in groups.
False. Red pandas are solitary, except during the breeding season. In human care, most breeding pairs live together year-round. In the wild, the home range of one animal is about 1 square mile. Aww, it's lonely.
Mm-hmm.
It's lonely to be a red panda.
What if you had like a kid? Do you have
Well,
that
I'm sure
with you?
that's different.
What about when you marry?
Well, I don't think red pandas marry. They just get together to breed, and then they go away from each other again. They don't stay together.
Oh, weird. Question 2. What do red pandas mostly eat?
Bamboo. Bamboo constitutes about 95% of the red panda's diet. Unlike giant pandas that feed on nearly every above-ground portion of the bamboo, including the culm or the woody stem, red pandas feed selectively on the most nutritious leaf tips and, when available, tender shoots.
That was impressive.
So, thank you. So the giant pandas eat the whole thing, and the red pandas just eat the good stuff.
Like the leaves and the tender
and the soft
shoots.
stuffs. And the giant pandas eat the whole hard, barky stick.
Stuff it in your mouth. Question 3. True or false? Red pandas and giant pandas are actually in different families.
True. Red pandas are the only living member of the Ailurdae. How would you say that, Quinn?
Ailurdae, yeah.
Ailurdae family. So giant pandas are bears, and red pandas are a thing all to themselves.
Question 4. Where do red pandas spend most of their time?
In trees.
Just like a koala and a sloth.
Just like a koala and a sloth.
Question 5. How big are red pandas?
About the size of a house cat, between 8 and 17 pounds. I assumed way bigger.
No, I didn't. I knew that they were the size of a house cat.
I didn't know that I knew that they weren't as big as a giant panda, but I figured they would be a size of like, I don't know, a dog or, I don't know, something bigger than a cat, I guess.
Question 6. Do red pandas make good pets?
No. And because they are endangered species, it is against the law too. So don't you be homing up any red pandas, people.
Don't be allured by their cuteness.
Yeah, if you find a red panda on the street, just leave it in the wild.
Pick it up and bring it somewhere safer.
That's a joke. They don't live anywhere by us.
Oh. Question 7. Where is the natural habitat of red pandas?
Asia. Red pandas live in high altitude, temperate forests with bamboo understories in the Himalayas and other high mountains.
Huh.
So they don't live in Iowa. So you won't be finding any red pandas on the street.
Not on the road.
Nope. You'd be finding a raccoon, which is probably similar, but no red pandas. Round 3. The category is celebrities. Thank you to listener Emma for this fun category idea. Thanks, Emma. Question 1. Name the famous actor who played Dr. Bravestone in the movie Jumanji, voiced the character Maui in the movie Moana, and used to be a WWE wrestler. Question 2. Who played Ann Wheeler in The Greatest Showman and MJ in the new Spider-Man movies? Question 3. Which actress played Hermione Granger in the entire Harry Potter series? Question 4. Which actor voices the character Woody in Toy Story, stars as almost all the characters in Polar Express, and plays Geppetto in the new live-action version of Pinocchio? Question 5. Which actor plays the Grinch in the live-action version and also the bad guy, Dr. Robotnik, in Sonic the Hedgehog? Question 6. Which famous talk show host voiced the character Dory in Finding Nemo and Finding Dory? Question 7. Which British actress stars as Mary Poppins in the most recent movies and is the voice of Juliet in Romeo and Juliet? And now round 3 answers. Question 1. Name the famous actor who played Dr. Bravestone in the movie Jumanji, voiced the character Maui in the movie Moana, and used to be a WWE wrestler.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
You love Dwayne Johnson movies.
I do.
You do.
He's a very good actor.
He's funny. Question 2. Who played Ann Wheeler in The Greatest Showman and MJ in the new Spider-Man movies?
Zendaya.
She only has one name. Zendaya.
Wait, is that actually her name?
Yeah, well, I'm sure she has a last name, but she doesn't even have to go by it. It would be like if somebody said like Aquafina, yeah, or like Quinn. Like if you were famous and then they were like, "Who's in this movie?" and they just said Quinn, no last name.
Casey. No last name either.
It's not as cool.
Lacking a last name.
Question 3. Which actress played Hermione Granger in the entire Harry Potter series?
Emma Watson.
Question 4. Which actor voices the character Woody in Toy Story, stars as almost all of the characters in Polar Express, and plays Geppetto in the new live-action version of Pinocchio?
Tom Hanks.
So have you seen Polar Express?
Yeah.
So Tom Hanks, he's every character in it. He's the conductor. He's Santa Claus.
Even the girls?
Well, maybe not the girls, but he's pretty much everybody. So if you ever watch it, you'll notice that they all kind of look similar because they're all Tom Hanks.
Huh.
Question 5. Which actor plays the Grinch in the live-action version and also the bad guy, Dr. Robotnik, in Sonic the Hedgehog?
Jim Carrey.
Another great actor,
Mm-hmm.
Jim Carrey.
He's very into the character that he plays.
He's very animated, and he's got a lot of crazy faces and eyes and blah. Question 6. Which famous talk show host voiced the character Dory in Finding Nemo and Finding Dory?
Ellen DeGeneres.
You didn't know this was Ellen, did you?
I didn't, but now I notice. Once you think of it, you're like,
oh, that's absolutely her voice.
That's Ellen.
Right. Question 3. Which British actress stars as Mary Poppins in the most recent movies and is the voice of Juliet in the Romeo and Juliet movies?
Emily Blunt.
What?
Emily Blunt.
There you go. I gave this one just for you to use your accent.
Actually?
Yeah. Just for you, love.
Actually?
Now you gotta give me a real good Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt.
Round number 4. The category is World History. This category idea also comes from listener Emma. Thanks, Emma. Question 1. Which European city was divided by a wall by which capitalism was to the west and communism was to the east? Question 2. The Cold War was a war of words and hostility, mainly between the USSR and which country? Question 3. Tiananmen Square is a place in Asia that many view as a symbol of dictatorship and lack of free speech. In which country is Tiananmen Square? Question 4. Nelson Mandela is celebrated around the world as a man who advanced the issue of combating racism. Of what African country was he the president? Question 5. On the 11th of September 2001, New York City was hit by a tragedy. Many died in a terrorist attack on which buildings? Question 6. Saddam Hussein was the dictator of a Middle Eastern country in which a war began in 2003. What is the name of this country? Question 7. In World War I, a terrifying type of warfare was used which resulted in soldiers fighting over no man's land. What were the holes dug in the battlefields commonly called?
Round 4 answers. Question 1. Which European city was divided by a wall by which capitalism was to the west and communism was to the east?
Berlin. Berlin, the capital of Germany, was split in two by a wall, which was a constant reminder of the struggles of World War II. East Berlin was controlled by the communist leaders of USSR, now Russia. So there was a wall, and half of them were communists, and half of them were capitalists. But then what happened in the late 80s was that they knocked down the Berlin Wall. And now Berlin is all one big happy family again.
Yay! Question 2. The Cold War was a war of words and hostility, mainly between the USSR and which country?
The United States of America. The Cold War included the Cuban Missile Crisis, whereby U.S. spy planes discovered Soviet missiles on the Caribbean island of Cuba. Due to this, there was a great political duel between the U.S. president of the time, John F. Kennedy, and the then Soviet leader.
Question 3. Tiananmen Square is a place in Asia that many view as the symbol of dictatorship and lack of free speech. In which country is Tiananmen Square?
It's in China.
Nice.
Well, it's not nice because it's a symbol of dictatorship and lack of free speech.
Not nice. Question 4. Nelson Mandela is celebrated around the world as a man who advanced in the issue of combating racism. Of what African country was he the president?
South Africa. The great Nelson Mandela spent a staggering 27 years in prison for his anti-racism beliefs. Upon his release from prison in 1990, he was given many honors, which included the 1993 Nobel Peace Prize. He was a great man, Nelson Mandela. He was all about anti-racism.
Well, good.
But he went to jail for 27 years because of it.
Well,
Wow.
That's not good.
That is not good. But he was a very strong, good leader of very good things.
Thank you, Nelson Mandela.
Yes.
Question 5. On the 11th of September 2001, New York City was hit by a tragedy. Many died in a terrorist attack on which buildings?
The World Trade Centers.
Is
Now,
that the Twin
you-
Towers?
Yes, the Twin Towers. Quinn, you weren't alive back then, obviously. I was a sophomore in college, and this was the craziest day ever.
Of your whole life?
Probably to date, yes.
So what happened during that day? No, not what happened to them, but what happened to you?
Nothing. We just watched the TV and watched the news, and nobody knew what was going on, and we just watched buildings on fire, and they canceled all of our classes. And
Why? Why did they cancel your classes?
because the United States was under attack. Like, they were attacking our country, and nobody knew what was going on. It was very scary. And Grandma, Grandpa, and Dad and I went to New York City in 2019, and we went to the World Trade Center Museum at Ground Zero where this happened. Oh, man. If anybody goes to New York City, it is a hard thing to go to, but the museum is incredible. Incredible.
What's in it?
Everything from 9/11. Like, pieces of buildings and video clips. I can't even explain it. It is like being back in time. It's crazy.
Oh, man. Question 6. Saddam Hussein was the dictator of a Middle Eastern country in which a war began in 2003. What is the name of this country?
Iraq or Iraq.
Question 7. In World War I, a terrifying type of warfare was used which resulted in soldiers fighting over no man's land. What were the holes dug into the battlefields commonly called?
Trenches. The conditions of the trenches were absolutely terrible, as it was cold, damp, and uncomfortable. Many soldiers suffered with a condition called trench foot, and this got so bad that they often had to have their foot amputated due to gangrene. No man's land was the ground between the two trenches that was not controlled by either side. So do you know what a trench is? It's sort of like a deep ditch that they stayed in so that the bullets from the air couldn't get them. But it was cold and it was wet. You know what happens when your feet are wet for days and days and days and they never dry out?
They get like
They get
frostbite?
moldy
Oh,
and they break open and the skin breaks down and they get gangrene, which is like bacteria and all kinds of nasty, terrible things. And sometimes it gets so bad that they had to amputate their feet because of the trench foot that they got.
oh my. I'm glad I wasn't alive then.
Me too. Round 5. The category is dragons. This category idea comes from the same young man who gave us that awesome joke, Donato. Thanks, buddy. Question 1. What covers a dragon's body? Question 2. The Komodo dragon, the world's largest lizard, lives where? Question 3. Which Harry Potter character's first name means dragon in Latin? Question 4. What is the name of Hiccup's dragon in the movie How to Train Your Dragon? Question 5. Dragon dances are an important part of parades celebrating what Chinese holiday? Question 6. In the famous book and movie, an orphan boy named Pete hides his only friend, a magical dragon named what? Question 7. It is said that dragons have the ability to breathe what? And now the answers to round 5. Question 1. What covers a dragon's body?
Scales.
Question 2. The Komodo dragon, the world's largest lizard, lives where?
Indonesia. The dragon can be found on the islands Komodo, Rinca, Flores, and Gili Motag, of which all are in Indonesia. The creatures are scavengers, but they will attack, kill, and eat anything they can catch. And they've been known to dig up human corpses and consume them as well.
Whoa.
That's what Komodo dragons do?
I guess.
Ew. I also think that they have like poison from eating. I don't know.
But they're big. Real big.
They're like the biggest lizards.
Yes, they are. But they're only on, sounds like islands of Indonesia. So, red pandas and Komodo dragons, not on the streets of Iowa.
Woo!
Woo!
Woo to the Komodo dragons, but sad to the red pandas.
Question 3. Which Harry Potter character's first name means dragon in Latin?
Draco Malfoy.
Did you know Draco meant dragon?
I meant like something bad or something.
Yeah, dragon.
Yeah. Why would you name your kid like something bad? I mean, I guess dragon is a cool
He's a bad
name.
guy. Duh. Do. Question 4. What is the name of Hiccup's dragon in the movie How to Train Your Dragon?
Toothless.
Such a good movie. I like the How to Train Your Dragon movies.
I like the name Toothless.
Do you
I like
remember
the
what
dragon.
kind of dragon he was?
Black one.
A black one? Was
I
he like
haven't
a
watched it
night
in
fury
forever.
or something?
Something like that. I haven't watched this in forever.
Such a good movie. What was his disability? Do you
He had
remember?
like a peg leg or something. No.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
a peg leg.
something.
One of his wings was broken. Like one of
Oh, I
his,
thought you were talking about Hiccup.
Did Hiccup have a peg leg?
I think so.
I don't remember. I was talking about Toothless.
Oh yeah, he does, and he had to use like a fake one.
Yeah, like a fan that he
Yeah.
had on, and he controlled it with his foot.
Yeah.
Question 5. Dragon dances are an important part of parades celebrating what Chinese holiday?
Chinese New Year. The Chinese New Year parades start on New Year's Day and continue for the next 15 days until the end of the festivities with the Lantern Festival.
I'd like a 15-day party with those cool
Yeah, that would-
Chinese dragons that people stand in and they
Yeah,
like
those are cool.
float around and
Mhm.
open their mouths and turn their heads kind of wonky, and those are so cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Question 6. In the famous book and movie, an orphaned boy named Pete hides his only friend, a magical dragon named what?
Elliot.
And what's the book called in the movie?
Peach Dragon.
Pete's dragon. I feel like Elliot is a very unique name for...
I feel like Pete should be the dragon's name.
I totally agree. Elliot does not seem like the dragon's name. It's like naming a cat Linda.
You were going to name the cat Jolene and
did.
Lucille.
I did. Elliot the dragon is about like Jolene the cat. Question 7. It is said that dragons have the ability to breathe what? Fire.
You remind me of Crispin's.
Yes.
Yes.
I
You were
wonder if
like,
they know that book.
fire.
That was one of our favorite books when you were little. What's
You're
it called?
not your typical dragon.
Not Your Typical Dragon with Crispin Blaze. Oh, people,
It's such
if
a
you've
good
never
book.
read How to Train Your Dragon, it is
No, it's not. How to
not
Train
How
Your
to Train
Dragon.
Your Dragon. That's a movie. This book is called Not Your Typical Dragon, and it is such a cute book. Quinn says, I highly recommend.
I highly recommend it. Emily Blonde.
And now it's time for the final exam. Now remember, you've heard these questions in the previous rounds, but these were the hardest ones we've had. So use your memory and try to think back to what the answers are. Question 1. What is the Spanish word for dog?
Pero.
Question 2. Where is the natural habitat of red pandas?
Asia.
Question 3. In World War I, a terrifying type of warfare was used, which resulted in soldiers fighting over no man's land. What were the holes dug in the battlefield commonly called?
Trenches.
Question 4. Dragon dances are an important part of parades celebrating what Chinese holiday?
Chinese New Year.
Question 5. What is the Spanish word for Monday?
Lunes.
Question 6. The Komodo dragon, the world's largest lizard, lives where?
Indonesia.
Question 7. Nelson Mandela is celebrated around the world as a man who advanced the issue of combating racism. Of what African country was he the president?
South Africa.
What do you think?
Well, I think that's what we have, and I think that we got what we got, and it's a good one this week.
And you're Australian all of a sudden.
Well, that was a mistake. Don't want to be an Australian.
I would want to be an Australian.
Yeah, I like having an accent. I talk with an accent all the time.
Anyway, let's get to bed. We're tired after our weekend of
I don't want to go to
learning.
bed.
Oh, you got school tomorrow and I got to go to work. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank
Have a good week. Please follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Trivia for Kids Podcast. And if you have a question idea or even an entire category, please email us at triviaforkidspodcast@gmail.com.